I am Dr. Mike Milligan. I'm here with Dr. Bill Williams, just northeast of Atlanta, Georgia. Wrote the book, Marketing the $1 Million Practice. Talks about guerrilla marketing. In 11 years, grew your practice from scratch to 5.8 million.
That's right.
Bill, thank you so much for being with us.
Good to be here.
And let's talk about how these dentists can grow their practice through marketing. You've got 209 marketing tactics, but the 21 most important are really what you call the guerrilla marketing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I studied under J. Conrad Levinson.
Okay.
Because back when I first started my practice after I had sold the previous one and moved to a new location in Swanee, I started by reading Jay's book.
Okay.
And it was about guerrilla marketing. And so I believed what he told me was important. And so I started implementing everything that was in the book.
Okay.
Now, when I wrote my book just this year, I just put it into the press and it came out this week. Marketing the $1 Million Practice is really the story of how we took our practice from 0 to 5.8 million in 10 years.
Right.
We grew at $500,000 a year, every year, consistently, based on guerrilla marketing principles.
Fabulous. Wonderful. Well, so you're able to, with your quality dentistry, help a whole lot more people through doing this, as well as you and your staff. So tell us a little bit about the guerrilla marketing and what that is, maybe some of the 21 principles, and how we might implement some of this.
Okay, well, the guerrilla marketing secret is you take the small things that don't seem to matter, and you make them matter.
There you go.
I work with each patient one-on-one, and so most of my marketing is not billboards or TV or radio, which people think of when they talk about marketing.
Right.
It is direct mail. It is things that you do walking around the community I call walkabout.
Walkabout, okay.
And it's also WOMP, word-of-mouth marketing for patients.
Okay, WOMP, okay.
So if we can WOMP them, we can get them.
So word-of-mouth marketing, patient to potential patient, is that what you're talking about?
Right.
Okay, so and that's the best kind of referral.
Every one of our practices that we work with, we suggest that 50% of their patients should come from other patients, word-of-mouth marketing.
Okay, fabulous.
And that's important because a lot of people think marketing, you're spending a lot of dollars doing a lot of advertising. It's not the case with guerrilla marketing.
Okay.
We started with a zero.
Okay, guerrilla marketing. I got you.
We started with zero budget.
Yeah.
When I moved to the new town, I had no money. I had no patients.
Okay.
And we had to do things on a shoestring.
Right.
And it turned out our shoestring got to be pretty good. We got some boots eventually.
Okay, that's fantastic. So, what more can you tell us about this guerrilla marketing?
What I'm going to cover at the AOSH meeting, for instance, this week is the 21.
The American Academy for Oral Systemic Health.
Right. Founding member, enjoy being in the group. It's an excellent group. And if any dentist out there is listening to this that's not already a member, they should join. It's one of the up-and-coming academies in all of dentistry.
Right. It's on a good growth curve, and the information that the generation now wants. The baby boomers are now looking for the oral systemic health.
Yeah, wellness is the key word, and this is the only academy that's steeped in wellness.
Right. So back to our marketing now.
21 guerrilla marketing tactics is what I'm going to be teaching today.
Okay.
And so I go through everything that is important. I spend a lot of time on exterior signage.
Okay.
That is the most critical thing for you to have, is a really good exterior sign.
Okay.
Brings in more patients than any one thing you can do other than the word of mouth.
Okay.
The internet, I use a term called web-centric marketing, and so we funnel everything through the website. Even our sign on the front of the building still has our website.
Funnels through the website.
Because people take note, and they always check us out on the web.
Sure.
Nowadays, word of mouth will get them to listen, to be interested. Internet confirms.
Okay.
And so you always are checked out by the footprint you have on the web.
Okay. So what percentage of your patients would you say come from direct searches and all from the internet?
Well, I track everything, and you're supposed to track everything if you want to know your return on investment.
Right.
And so we have about 20% of our patients come as a direct search.
Okay.
20%. So that's a fairly large number.
That's huge. Between word of mouth and direct search, you're looking at 70% of your practice right
That's
there.
right. And then it goes down to direct mail, which is the next one for us.
Okay.
And then it goes down personal connections, staff members referring people.
Right, right.
Might be 3 or 4%.
Okay.
Radio might be 4 or 5%.
Okay.
So we do have a strong radio presence in our town.
You do.
And I teach a radio technique that is not expensive
Okay.
and very effective if you're in the right market.
Okay.
And the smaller your town, the better your market.
Smaller okay, very good.
If I was a small town dentist, I would be on the radio for sure.
Okay, excellent.
And I'm a large town dentist.
Yeah.
So I'm on the radio a little bit.
Okay.
It's very expensive to be on the radio in a large town.
But not so much in the smaller towns.
Right.
And can be very effective.
Very effective.
Well, fantastic. Well, what else would you like to tell us here now, Bill? You've got your book. You also have a course.
We teach people in a webinar fashion everything we did to grow our practice to the big size. Now, I call it the 5M because it stands for $5 million practice.
Okay.
And I know most people don't aspire to have a big practice because it takes multiple associates. One dentist is not going to do 5 million particularly, right. But we do want to teach efficiency and production techniques that would allow each dentist to maximize his potential.
Sure.
And so I call the course 5M, and we go through 14 different webinars that we teach, and each one's an hour and a half.
Okay.
And I start off with something like expert status, the new patient experience, which we have 97% acceptance of cases on the new patient experience because of how we gain the rapport in the exam.
Okay.
And one thing I like to teach our dentists is they don't have to do consults. See, I've never done a consult.
The hygienist does that?
In the last 20 years, only my treatment coordinator has done my consults. Mm-hmm. For most of my patients, the exam is where they know me.
Right.
And I make a few basic recommendations at the exam, and then I turn them over to the staff, and they close and seal and deliver them to my operatory. Right. And I don't see them again until I'm actually doing a prep.
That's the way to do it.
Think about how much time I'm saving.
You're saving time, but also the staff can really connect with the patient.
They do as good a job as I do, and it didn't start off that way.
Maybe better sometimes, but
much better sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't start off letting them do the consults, but I gained trust in them because they watched me do them. They saw me. They got part of it. And then they did the whole thing, and after they did the whole thing, and I realized we weren't doing any worse, then I started doing dentistry in my operatory while they were talking. Right. So my time efficiency was very much better.
So you've got this webinar course, and is it one a week?
Oh, we'll go for 14 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's one course, one session per week.
Per week for 14 weeks.
Right.
Right. Okay. Anything else that you'd like to? So you've got your book, you've got your course, you've given us some of the keys right here. Anything else you'd like to tell us before we close here today?
Well, if you're looking to grow your practice, I think the main thing you need to do is create a strategy, get it down on paper, and get your staff involved, because most times I found the doctor is not going to do it himself. Right. If you're not using a key person on your team to be in charge of marketing, it probably won't get done. If you just let the staff do it as happenstance and just catch as catch can, it probably won't get done. So you need a person in charge. Right,
so you're really relying on that staff. How do we get in touch with you, Bill?
Well, you can reach me at my website, best of all, which would be solsticeDentalAdvisors.com.
Okay.
And that advisors is a ORS.
Okay. And Solstice is?
SOLSTICE.
Right, okay.
Dental Advisors.
Okay. And do you have a phone number? On the website?
On the website.
Okay. Bill, thank you so much for being with us.
Good to be here, Mike. Thank you for having me on the show, and look forward to meeting all you guys.